Hi there, welcome to this week's episode of the Speak English with a British Accent podcast. This week is my birthday week. Would you like to send me a birthday gift to the podcast? I have donation links, Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal on the show notes, where you can make a donation to the show. Now, if you can't find the links, email me, mail@learningbritishaccent.com, and I shall send them to you. Ad earnings of $162 just isn't enough to keep the podcast and everything else going, but I thank you in advance for your generosity. So, on this week's show, join me as I guide you through an important aspect of British intonation. Then I've got some phrases to boost your vocab when you want to express how angry you are. And we're ending with a quiz this week. So let's dive in. Section 1. The Invisible Bridge, Mastering the W Glide. In RP British English, we rarely bump into vowels. Instead, we use a technique called intrusion, when one word ends in a rounded vowel and the next begins with another vowel, we insert a tiny hidden sound to keep the breath moving. And today, we're looking at one called the W glide, or the linking W. So, when does this happen? The W glide, the W glide, occurs when the first word ends in a vowel sound that requires your lips to be rounded or pursed. Specifically after the oo sound that you hear in blue, the O sound as in no, and the ow sound as you hear in now. So instead of breaking the airflow with a stop in your throat, your lips naturally transition through a W shape to get to the next vowel. So try saying these phrases and sentences out loud. Focus on making the W sound like a gentle slide rather than a hard consonant W. So we'll start when we hear this sound in the oo group, so after the oo sound. So, 2 apples. 2 apples. Can you hear that W in between the 2 and the apples, linking them both together? 2 apples. Who is it? Who is it? Your turn. Shoe-wake. Shoe-wake. Have a go. And do it. Do it. Do it. And you are. You are. How about too often? Too often. Who asked? Who asked? Through all. Through all. And into it. Into it. Okay, take a listen to this sentence. I have 2 apples in my bag, but who is going to eat them? Okay, I'll say it again and then you repeat it. I have 2 apples in my bag, but who is going to eat them? Next, if you have a shoe ache, please do it up more loosely. Okay, again, if you have a shoe ache, please do it up more loosely. Your turn. And finally, you are the only one who knows who it was. You are the only one who knows who it was. Your turn. Okay, let's move on to the next sound group, which is the O group. So words that end in the O sound. So we have go out, go out. No entry, no entry. Slow acting, slow acting. Hello everyone, Hello everyone. Show us. Show us. Okay, we'll do them once more. I'll say them and you repeat them. Go out. No entry. Slow acting. Hello everyone. Show us. And some sentences. Number 1. Please go out the back door. There is no entry through the front. Okay, I'll do it again. Please go out through the back door. There is no entry through the front. Your turn. Are you feeling those w sounds in between the go out and the no entry? Let's do another sentence, okay? Hello everyone. Please show us your identification. Again. Hello everyone. Please show us your identification. Your turn. Finally, the medicine is slow acting, so go and lie down for a bit. Again, the medicine is slow acting, so go and lie down for a bit. Right, let's move on to the ow group of sounds. Okay, so we've got how are you? How are you? Now and then. Now and then. Allow it. Allow it. Vow of. Vow of. New idea. New idea. So let's do some sentences with this group of sounds. So we've got, how are you feeling now and then since the weather changed? How are you feeling now and then since the weather changed? Your turn. Another sentence. We cannot allow it to happen, even now and again. We cannot allow it to happen, even now and again. Your turn. And finally, the monk took a vow of silence while watching the cow in the field. The monk took a vow of silence while watching the cow in the field. Hear that w glide. Vow of, cow in. Your turn. Okay, let's do some more sentences. Can you open the window? So the you open glides into each other. I knew everything about it. I knew everything about it. She went through all of them. She went through all of them. Do any of you agree? Do any of you agree? Do any of you agree? He had no idea who asked. He had no idea who asked. It's too early to go out. Too early to go out. We flew over the mountains. We flew over the mountains. You ought to try it. You ought to try it. So, when you record yourself practicing, listen back and check for these 3 things. There's no hiccups. Did you avoid the glottal stop? The sound should be one long stream of air, not go away, go away. Subtlety is key. Is the w sound soft? It should be an invisible bridge, not a loud, intentional w like you hear in water. Vowel quality. Are your lips remaining rounded at the end of the first word? If your lips are too flat, the glide won't happen naturally. And legato flow. Does the sentence sound like a piece of music where the notes, the words, are tied together? So if you want more connected speech tips like this, including w glides, weak forms, the linking R, and more. I cover all of them in my British Accent bundle. You can explore it at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Practice this one today, and tomorrow your English will already sound a little bit more British. Section 2. Other ways to say it makes me angry. Sometimes angry just doesn't quite capture the specific flavour of frustration. In British English, we have a wealth of expressions from mildly irritated to absolutely fuming. So here's 10 ways to say it, ranging from formal to very informal. So, number 1, it gets my back up. It gets my back up. Used when something makes you defensive or annoyed. The way he speaks to the staff really gets my back up. 2, it winds me up. It winds me up. This is a classic British expression for something that slowly increases your irritation. That constant whistling really winds me up. Number 3, it drives me up the wall. When something is so annoying, you feel like you're losing your mind. The sound of people chewing gum drives me up the wall. Number 4, it riles me up. It riles me up. Used when something makes you feel agitated or provoked. Seeing people litter in the park really riles me up. Number 5, it rubs me up the wrong way. It rubs me up the wrong way. Used when someone's personality or actions annoy you, often without a massive explosion of rage. I'm sure she's nice, but her tone just rubs me up the wrong way. Number 6, I'm fuming. This is quite informal, used when you are extremely angry, but perhaps staying quiet about it. I have been waiting for 2 hours for this train. I'm absolutely fuming. Number 7, it makes my blood boil. It makes my blood boil. This is reserved for things that feel like a serious injustice or are deeply offensive. The way they treat their animals makes my blood boil. Number 8, it's the final straw. It's the final straw. Used when a series of problems has happened and this last one has finally made you lose your temper. The car breaking down was the final straw. And number 9, it gets on my nerves. A very common, standard way to describe a persistent irritation. That flickering light is really getting on my nerves. And number 10, I'm at my wit's end. Used when you are so frustrated and angry that you don't know what to do next. I've tried fixing this computer 4 times. I'm at my wit's end. So to say these phrases in a classic British accent, you need to get the British Accent bundle to perfect those British vowel and consonant sounds. learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 3. 10 expressions to describe personality. Do you need to describe someone's personality? Why not use one or more of these expressions to add a little colour to your descriptions? And because we focused on the intrusive wa earlier in the podcast, I thought I'd include some sentences which includes both the idiom and the wa glide. So enjoy. Number 1, a social butterfly, meaning someone who is very friendly and enjoys spending time with many different people. So, she's too outgoing, a real social butterfly. So did you hear that glide? She's too outgoing. Too and outgoing has got that wa. She's too outgoing, a real social butterfly. Number 2, a cold fish. A cold fish, meaning someone who is unfriendly and shows very little emotion. He won't show emotions. He's a bit of a cold fish. He won't show emotions. He's a bit of a cold fish. Number 3, a dark horse. a dark horse, meaning someone who has greater abilities or secrets than they initially reveal. Who is that dark horse winning the race? Who is that dark horse winning the race? Number 4, a loose cannon. A loose cannon, meaning someone who is unpredictable and could cause damage or trouble. You know Alfred is a bit of a loose cannon. You know Alfred is a bit of a loose cannon. Number 5, a smart cookie, meaning someone who is very clever and makes good decisions. How intelligent! How intelligent! Hear that wah glide? She's one smart cookie. Number 6, a pain in the neck. A pain in the neck, meaning an annoying or troublesome person. That slow actor is a real pain in the neck. That slow actor is a real pain in the neck. Number 7, a busybody. A busybody, meaning someone who is too interested in other people's private lives. Go away, you meddling busybody. Go away, you meddling busybody. Could you hear it in go away, go away? Number 8, a rough diamond, meaning someone who looks a bit unpolished or rude, but actually has a good heart. Now and then you meet a true rough diamond. Now and then you meet a true rough diamond. Number 9, a wallflower. A wallflower, meaning someone who is shy and stays on the sidelines at social events. Do ask that wallflower to dance. Do ask that wallflower to dance. And number 10, a chatterbox. A chatterbox, meaning someone, often a child, who talks incessantly. You know Emily is such a chatterbox. You know Emily is such a chatterbox. So, vowel rounding are your lips physically making an O shape at the end of words like who, go, and now. And the bridge, did the wah sound feel like a natural consequence of moving to the next vowel? Or did you stop for breath? And in British English, we often have a wider pitch range. Try starting the expression on a slightly higher note for emphasis. Section 4. Idioms quiz, a bit of fun for a Friday. Okay, so I've got a quiz to test your knowledge on some of those personality idioms that we looked at in the previous section. Now I'll put the link in the show notes, but we'll do a few questions here. Again, it's multiple choice. So number 1, Sarah knows exactly how to solve every problem at work and never gets flustered. She is a real A, smart cookie, B, dark horse, or C, social butterfly. Sarah knows exactly how to solve every problem at work and never gets flustered. She is a real A, smart cookie, B, dark horse, C, social butterfly. What fits best into the end of that sentence? Yeah, A, smart cookie. She's a real smart cookie. Question number 2. Uncle Arthur looks a bit grumpy and his clothes are always messy, but he's actually the kindest man I know. He's a rough diamond, B, cold fish, or C, wallflower. So Uncle Arthur looks a bit grumpy and his clothes are always messy, but he's actually the kindest man I know. So is he a rough diamond, cold fish, or a wallflower? Did you say A, rough diamond? I think you'd be right. And question number 3. You never know what Mark is going to do next. He's unpredictable and might ruin the whole project. He's a busybody, B, loose cannon, or C, pain in the neck. Question: you never know what Mark is going to do next. He's unpredictable and might ruin the whole project. He's a busybody, loose cannon, or pain in the neck. And if you thought loose cannon fits best in that sentence, you'd be correct. So here we are again at the end of yet another show. I'll put the link to the full quiz in the show notes, and also you'll find the links to take you to my British accent training and the donation links where you can support the show. Have a great week, and I hope to see you back here next week. Bye for now.